Let me give you a little backstory of how I came across all this. So, last night we were chilling with John Fashcroft, right? We were over on All I'm Saying stream. And we asked him, we told him about all this shit that's going on. And we asked him what he thought about all this, you know, his opinion on it. And right away, he brought up a debate that he had, Fashcroft did, Eagle's Nest on Odyssey. He brought up a debate that he had with Mike Enoch, if you remember this debate. Okay, so he said in the debate with Mike Enoch, and now you're wondering, what were they debating? They were debating whether or not to support Palestine. And they were arguing over whether white people, whether the, white nationalist sphere, whatever you want to call it, our guys should support Palestine, or whether that's like gay, right? So they're arguing about it. And Fashcroft, he told us last night, he told Enoch that this is all part of some shit being done by a guy named Reza Jorjani. And then he explained that when he said that to Enoch, Enoch cut him off. Enoch cut him off and began to talk over him. So when John Fashcroft said that to us last night, I was like, wait a minute. I literally discovered this guy 2 days ago who is basically stating the beliefs of the people that are coming at us now. And that's the same exact name, Fashcroft. That's the same exact fucking guy I discovered. So this is Reza Jorjani. Now the first thing we're gonna start off with as our reference point will be RezaJorjani.com. I am an American philosopher, born in 1981 and raised in New York City. My mother is also a native New Yorker of mixed Northern European ancestry. My father is a Persian, so he's half Persian, half Viking apparently, and a descendant of the Qajar dynasty of Iran. So his father is a noble Persian with a white Norwegian wife. I attended the Fleming School, the Dalton School, New York University for a BA and an MA, and received my PhD in philosophy at the State University of New York, Stony Brook. So he went to Stony Brook, got his PhD in 2013. While living in Manhattan, I taught courses on the history of philosophy, Heidegger, the history of Iran, science, technology and society, philosophy of technology, comparative religion, and ethics at a number of universities in Greater Gotham in an attempt to redirect the rising tide of right-wing sociopolitics in America and Europe away from white nationalism and European xenophobia. I became editor-in-chief of Arctos Media. So right here, you're gonna need to remember this. He's admitting that he was the editor of Arctos Media. He's saying why he became the editor of Arctos Media. So keep all this in mind. Then founded the Alt-Right Corporation, which was my idea, not that of Richard Spencer. At the same time, I also became senior advisor to the executive committee and board of trustees of the Persian Renaissance Foundation, aka Iranian Renaissance, which is basically American Renaissance for Iran. My aim was to transform the American alt-right and European new right into a global movement based on a cosmopolitan vision of Indo-European inter-civilizational unity, spanning the West to Russia, Greater Iran, Greater India, and the Buddhist world led by Japan. In this period, I had significant dealings with Israel and openly identified myself as a Zionist to the extent of coining the term Iranian Zionism. So, you see here, his aim was to transform the alt-right into a cosmopolitan vision. So that's all the races mixing. India, Persians, white people, all on the same team. And he works for Israel. He's an Iranian Zionist, he called himself. As a result of a complex intelligence operation directed at me out of London, formerly Blackwater, which included orchestrated defamation of me, New York Times, Newsweek, NBC, and many other mainstream medias, this project failed. So this is 2017, he says he failed. Immediately following the misadventure in 2017, I also participated in attempting to foment a nationalist coup that would transition Iran out of the Islamic Republic and into a new regime that better reflects the archaeo-futuristic Persian heritage. In 2020, I founded the Prometheus movement, aka Prometheism, I became a board director at the American Colossus Foundation, which aims to build a statue of Prometheus on Alcatraz. I am the author of 11 books of philosophy, including Prometheus and Atlas, Lovers of Sophia. Chat, who's Sophia? Sophia in Gnosticism is the God that's above God, the actual creator, and she's a woman. So this guy writes a book called Lovers of Sophia. That immediately suggests that he's Gnostic. And the evidence of his Gnosticism is going to be overwhelming. Prometheus and Atlas won the book award for the Parapsychological Association. Do you remember these people? These are the fucking psychist people. Remember we did it's all based on spiritualism? So he's a psychic. He writes books about Sophia. Whoa! And he's Persian. Whoa! Remember, Enoch wouldn't let Bashcroft talk about this. Wouldn't let bring him up. This guy is trying to unite white people with nons in the name of Kabbalah. This guy is only a Gnostic. He's using any excuse to push Gnosticism. Any excuse. Right here, look. It says it has psychic abilities, and it says that God is in the way. His other books are praising Sophia. The reason that he doesn't like Jews is because he doesn't like Orthodox Jews, because he considers them part of the Abrahamic tradition, because they're not Kabbalistic, so he lumps them in with the other ones. That's all it is. Now, you're going to say, all of the haters, what they're going to say is, Tuber, you're citing Jews. Because this is an inter-Jew fight. This is an inter-Jew fight. This guy's on the side of Kabbalistic Sabbatean Frankish Jews. So clear. And he's being attacked by other Jews. And they're attacking each other. And they're trying to say in a way that doesn't give away the whole Jew scam. And it's one of the most nuanced things I've ever seen here. Arctos was founded in India in 2009 by Swedish businessman and former active neo-Nazi Daniel Freiberg and John B. Morgan. Freiberg is the CEO. American professor Reza Jorjani became the editor-in-chief, but later left that position when he began to distance himself, when he moved on to his own scheme. Arctos was the world's largest distributor of far-right literature as of 2017, according to The New Yorker. In 2019, Arctos was publishing more than 120 titles by 54 authors, including translations of the Russian ultra-nationalist Alexander Dugin. So this guy here, we're going to talk about. Let's go through this. So it was founded by Daniel Freiberg. Daniel Freiberg is an identitarian Jew. He's a Jewish identitarian. And wait, that sounds real familiar. Remember the identitarian movement? And him, along with Jorjani, are running this website called Arctos Media. So you got Reza Jorjani, the Persian. You got Daniel Freiberg, who's pushing identitarianism, came together with this guy and a third man. This guy's name is John B. Morgan. He moved to India in 2009, and he lived in India for 8 years. After 8 years in living in India, he decided that he's going to get together with a Persian and with a Jew, and they're gonna go and create this far-right media publishing company that's gonna publish all these books and use this money to fund all of these alt-right guys. And it so happens they're pushing Kabbalah, they're pushing Gnosticism, they're pushing brown race mixing, That's because it's identical. That's weird. That's really fucking weird. So he's an expat living in nigger world, telling us that it's white power to love niggers, telling us we should be Kabbalists. This is weird. A lot of expats for some reason. He's living in Budapest. He's living in India. He says controlling the form the world takes comes down to shaping how white people dream. Morgan's history in the publishing reveals an important but neglected side of the story of U.S. white nationalism. The focus on building a meta-politique rather than direct mobilization. Meta-politics refers to the ways of thinking that are pre-political, the emotional center that feeds political emotions. It engages with the paths of identity, morality, values, nostalgia, relationships, and the whole matrix how people see the world. Thus explicitly turn to meta-politics occur when the nationalist intellectuals, drawing on that of Italian Marxist Antonio Gramsci, began seeing that a new kind of social struggle was necessary after the fascists lost the war. This is what he's trying to brainwash you and drive you away from activism. this, okay? This is full stop. So this is what this third guy's about. This third guy right here, John Morgan. I mean, it's so obvious what's going on here. So we know what happens is he says ultimately too many Wignats were calling them Iranian poo-poo. What did he do afterwards? I wonder who he got with afterwards to form something that was free of all the Wignats. I wonder if he left and formed the same thing minus the Wignats.